Good morning, sports fans. Did you miss me? Welcome to the defining moment right here on IE Sports Radio, your directory for all that is sports. Well, here we go, y'all. It's been a fun week in sports, has it not been? We have witnessed a Game 1 beatdown. I mean, God. Does anybody want to get the little meme where the little dude's poking the stick at the Mavericks logo? Like, come on, like, do something. Come on, like, what the hell did we just watch on Thursday? One team was ready, one team wasn't. And let's just say Porzingis might or might not be a major factor in that. So, that happened. Yeah, that actually happened. Also, you guys, we are going to get on into the Stanley Cup Finals. Oh my goodness. Today's the day, guys. I mean, are you excited? I'm excited. That's hockey side, man. Hockey, as I keep on saying, hockey's like one of the greatest things you can ever watch, all right? It's got the precision of baseball. It has the speed of soccer, the agility of basketball. It has the hard hits of football. And yes, it has some freaking boxing and MMA in there if you want to. I mean, it's got something for everybody. It's kind of like IE Sports Radio, baby. We got something for everybody. So we thank you so much for tuning in and being a part of us here this morning, man. It's going to be a great show. We are all over the place, by the way, man. Once again, big up to StreamYard, just putting us all over the internet. We also are going to get on in today to the Women's College World Series. I mean, can we get a hand clap? Just a little hand clap here, man. Yeah. Got it done. Congratulations. A 4-peat. Not one, not two, not three, but a 4-peat. First team to ever get it done. How about that, right? Never been done before. Yeah, this is a special team. They make special things happen. Congratulations to them. Wow. I was seriously impressed with that. And it was over a rival. I mean, how sweet that must be, right? Red River rivalry in the Women's College World Series final. And Oklahoma get the clean sweep 2-0. I mean, awesome, right? Men's Super Regionals getting down and dirty. We had round 1 yesterday. Well, game 1 for certain teams. Today we got game 2 and game 1 for other teams. I mean, we got so much to get into today, guys. Trust me. Lots going on. Got some race this weekend, Formula 1 in Canada. It's just a lot. Getting ready for that French Open. So many things going on in so little time. Oh, it's going to be a jolly good show. Hopefully you guys jump on in here and show some love, man. Be a part of us. And hey, we appreciate you all. As always, y'all, thank you for tuning in. Let's get it. You are now tuned in live to the final moment right here on IE Sports Radio. Your directory for all that is sports. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, all you sports fans around the world, all you diehards. We appreciate you all so very much. Well, you guys, here we go, man. Another edition of the Defining Moment is here, bright and early, it's 8:10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, a little later for you cats on the East Coast, 11 a.m. We appreciate you all so much for tuning in for the next hour. Well, we're going to be as my boy Bernie says, man, road tripping, but not just around Wisconsin. We're road tripping around the entire USA and, well, really the world, yeah, because we freaking cover everything. Kind of like Pakistan getting that, I'm sorry, like USA getting that victory over Pakistan cricket. I'm just saying, guys, it's awesome, man. We got so many things to talk about, so little time, but we got tons of great stuff coming up. But I do got to say, before we cover anything, we got to show love to our delicious sponsor, Planet Jerky, premium brisket beef jerky, and we also have to show love to our another awesome sponsor of ours and my beautiful wife, her company, Seal the Deal Wax Seals. Got to keep the lights on, right? As we all say here at Sports Radio, it's become a theme. So we got to show some love to those two first, and then, of course, on into the sports. So without further ado, a quick word from our sponsors, Planet Jerky and Seal the Deal Wax Seals. We'll be right back after this.
Hi, eSports Radio fans. This show is brought to you by Planet Jerky Premium Brisket Beef Jerky. Planet Jerky is the official jerky of the 2022 California League champion Lake Elsinore Storm, Single A affiliate of the San Diego Padres. This all brisket jerky has gluten-free options, contains no MSG, no sodium nitrate, is low in sugar, and high in protein. Go to their website at planetjerky.net and follow them on Instagram at Planet Jerky. Planet Jerky, the jerky that's on a whole other planet.
Hey there, eSports Radio fans. Be sure to check out our sponsor, Seal the Deal Wax Seals by Cecilia B. You just finished your very own wedding or baby shower invitations and you're looking for that extra special touch? Maybe you just wrote a letter to a relative or a friend and you want to add to their smile when they receive it. Then seal the deal with Cecilia's handmade sealing wax stamps for your invitations, letters, and gifts. You bring the deal, we'll bring the seal. You can find them on Instagram at sealthedeal_wax stamps and on Facebook, Seal the Deal Wax Seals.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, sports fans around the world. We appreciate you all so very much. That's right, y'all. Planet Jerky, premium brisket beef jerky. Make sure to head over to planetjerky.net, grab you a bag, grab you 10 bags. It doesn't matter. There's all kinds of goodies, man. Let them know Larry B sent you. You might get a little something extra, man. I'm telling you, they're awesome. Planet Jerky's awesome, great people. Yeah, local businesses. Support your local businesses, and yeah, I'll be damned if this ain't the best damn jerky you've ever had. It's delicious. Trust me, you're going to want some of this. And, of course, my beautiful wife, Seal the Deal Wax Seals. Show her some love, and she does some awesome work right here at esportsradio.com/seal the deal. As you can see here, we got all kinds of, she's got some great things. Well, actually, don't have anything loaded up. Gosh darn it. Well, thought I had her pictures loaded up and Planet Jerky, but it's all good. Well, she had, once again, great stuff. Great stuff. Thank you to our sponsors. You guys are amazing. And well, ladies and gentlemen, today I brought a homie. Yeah. That's how we roll in this hood, okay? I brought me a homie to be talking some sports with me today, and it's a lot of fun. As you saw yesterday, last Sunday, brought on D Dorks of Beantown Blitz here on IE Sports Radio. He'll be live in about 7 hours today over on Spreaker. Let me tell you right now, man, this dude right here, oh yeah, he knows the sports. He's here to actually get into some more sports outside his own region of what he covers here at IE Sports Radio. And well, glad to have him here, ladies and gentlemen. He, of course, is the host of New York State of Sports here on IE Sports Radio. Catch him Thursday afternoons, mornings, depending on where you are in the country. And yeah, Ricky's a great dude, man. So let's bring him on. Ladies and gentlemen, Ricky Kiesler. What's going on, brother? How you doing, man? Welcome to the show.
Happy to be here, Larry. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing great, man. I'm doing fantastic. It's a Saturday morning. It's not 1,000 degrees yet in SoCal. It's actually kind of gloomy, which is nice because yesterday, if you walked outside, the freaking sun zapped you into dust. So thankfully, well, this is kind of morbid, Ricky, but it was hot yesterday, and I'm not lying. You could walk outside and turn into dust. Ricky, I'm really hoping that's not like volcanic ash from people's bodies that are in the atmosphere and not, anyway, maybe that's people in the atmosphere that turn to dust and it's making it dark over here. I don't know. Sorry, a little morbid to start the show, but I'm just saying it's hotter than hell in Southern California. Love it, but oh my gosh, here we go. Summertime. It's gonna, if I turn to dust, Ricky, can you take over? It's gonna.
I think we can work that out. Yeah.
All right. Well, hopefully it doesn't happen for a while. But what's up, man? Good to have you on the show, Ricky. Man, it's been a great week of sport. It's been a little slow. I mean, of course, we just finished off like the week before Memorial Day weekend, one of the biggest days in racing, of course. Awesome day of racing. We just finished that off. And then this past week, we saw Real Madrid absolutely just belt Dortmund. Well, it wasn't belt, but hey, they 2-0. Hey, I mean, it's a win. It's something to 0. Therefore, winning their 15th title. So I mean, we've seen some action this past week, of course. Oklahoma getting their thing done. The women, the Lady Sooners getting their thing done in the College World Series. Now it's the men's turn. We're in the Super Regionals right now. We've seen basketball starting. We got hockey starting today, of course, the Stanley Cup Final. But why don't we go ahead and just get comfortable right there, Ricky? Because I know this has been it's a lot, of course. I know it's a whole bunch to jump on into. But starting things off here, man, game 1 of the NBA Finals was wow. Ricky, did you even bother to watch that thing?
I caught the first half, and I think that's really all you needed to catch, considering the way that game was going. Look, the fact of the matter is the Celtics get Kristaps Porzingis back, and he's healthier than we think he is. And if that's the case, Dallas can't guard him. I mean, he can really shoot from anywhere on the floor. He's pulling up, taking threes. He's at the elbow, powering his way in. And if Dallas can't keep up with the threes that Boston hits, it's going to be a long series. And plus, you got people look at Kyrie and talk about his bad performance. But you look at Luka Doncic, 1 assist. I mean, you've got to at least try to get your teammates involved. So if that's, I think Dallas has some fight in them, but you're clearly seeing why the Celtics were the best team and are the best team, regardless of how easy their path was.
Yeah, I think you hit it on the head there, man. We can go to the next topic. Just kidding. But yeah, I mean, you hit it on the head, dude. You're exactly right. I mean, gosh, dang. 107-89. Ricky, there was a point they were up like, how much were they up at this game? Like almost 30 points at one point in time, I think. Like it got really ugly, like really fast. And we all know, as I keep on saying on the show, I keep on repeating, my really good friend of mine, he is a diehard. I'm talking about diehard Boston guy, and he just, he says it himself. Like, yeah, this was, shout out to my boy Alex, man. He just, he's like, yeah, Kristaps came back, and that's it. Like, it's game over. He's like, he's trying to be modest. He's like, yeah, we could, we could get. What did he tell me? He's like, yeah, I guess, we could win in 5. He's like, but maybe in 4. I'm thinking to myself like, bro, the way y'all played yesterday. Well, we talked about it yesterday. So the way you guys played on Thursday night. Yeah, if they do that 3 more times, Ricky, I think we're gonna have another title in the rafters up there at the Garden. Ricky, what? I mean, we don't get another game till tomorrow. Don't you hate that for the first game? Like that's a lot. That's a long time to chew on this.
Yeah, I
Like
feel
that.
like you should only get the travel day, like if you're the
Mhm.
extra day off if you're traveling. But I will say for Dallas, it does help that Boston is 10. If they're going to lose in these playoffs, they usually lose in game twos. They lost in game two against Miami. They lost in game two against Cleveland. Indiana hung with them a little bit. So the old adage is you tend to beat yourself. The Celtics could have one of those games where they don't shoot the three well, and it's
Mhm.
usually when they play their B minus C plus game.
Mhm.
If Dallas can hit those threes and make it a B plus A minus team, so at least there's a shot. But that would be the only chance I give them.
Yeah, no, I'm with you, man. I mean, as of right now, it doesn't look good for the Mavericks. I know once again, it's game one, guys. It's game one. I know we don't want to get overreaction here, but Ricky, I mean, I don't see. Look, Luca he has to go up and be a leader. He has to make this thing happen. He's got them there. I mean, they've got there. They know how to battle, but I don't know, man. It's like that final boss in Final Fantasy. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. What else do I relate it to, man? I mean, you it's either bring everything you've got or the whole thing is a waste. I mean, no one's gonna remember second place. Sadly. I mean, some people do, but at this point in time, look, it's game one. I know everyone's getting the overreaction hat on. I know. But at this point in time, Ricky, you know as well as I do, dude. Okay, game one, game one. It's just game one. Well, Ricky, when game one turns into game two as well, that sense of urgency needs to happen. I honestly don't think there's a overreaction in game one. I don't. I really don't. I think it's oh crap, we got the crap beat out of us. We need to change it now, or we're gonna get rolled on. In Tupac's famous words, get rolled on like an avalanche. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, it's the truth, man. I mean, so okay, at this point in time, what needs to happen? Sunday night, for you to be able to say, okay, the Mavericks are making this a series. What do you have to see on that court? And we're talking in the first quarter.
Basically, Kyrie Irving have a double digit point first quarter, get his shot going, find his way to kind of create a two-headed monster with him and Luca because although Dallas's depth got them through the Thunder series with PJ Washington, got them through the Minnesota series, I feel like Dallas is more what their stars do in the series, and Boston is more what their depth does. Because a lot of people talk about Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown and the whole narrative of do they like each other? Does one success rely on the other? But as we're arguing about that, Derek White's hitting the three. Al Horford's somehow found the fountain of
Mhm.
youth and he's hitting baskets. Porzingis is doing his thing. They take Peyton Pritchard off the bench and he hits a couple shots. They're part and Drew Holiday's defending and hitting the corner three. So it's just to me about Dallas's stars have to take over, and Boston's depth just has to do their thing. I don't think there's as much pressure on Tatum as this national narrative
No.
seems to be. And to me, he doesn't really like. Does he need a finals? I don't think. I mean, he's been to two of them.
Yeah.
I don't think it's that big of a deal. I think Luka needs the bigger series, and Kyrie could add to his legacy with a title. I think Dallas's legacy helps more than hurts if Boston were to lose another finals.
Yeah, no, agreed. And as much as I hate Boston because I'm a Laker fan, you know what, dude? Seriously, hey, we got our beef too. You're a New York guy, so yeah, I'm just kidding. But when it comes down to it, dude, it's true. I mean, I don't know. I am not going to dismantle, the Mavericks right now. I'm not going to sit here and say that they're not going to make this a series. We don't know what's going to happen. But after what we saw, after what we saw in game one, it's true. Those are the things that need to happen for damn sure. And if they need to, I don't know, they need to go get some of Michael Jordan's super juice from Space Jam or something. I don't know what they got to do, but they need something, man, because the Celtics are not playing with these guys, man. They're looking to end this thing fast. That's all there is to it. They're strong. They have everybody they need. You mentioned Al Horford. Last week, I talked to D Dorks. Of course, he is the host of our Boston show. Oh, I can't wait to get both of you guys on here together. But Boston, New York. Oh, it's so much fun. But I'll tell you right now, Ricky. I asked him, If the Celtics win this thing, does Al Horford retire? He's never got one. He's been close. He's been so close. Does he ride into the sunset? Does he say, man, screw this? Like, I ain't coming back. I'm done. I'm good. I got my ring. Yes, I'm happy. I mean, he doesn't need to be the Lord of the Rings like Tom Brady. Okay, he don't give a crap. He just wants his ring. Okay, he's trying to not be Dan Marino. You know what I mean, right? I mean, am I right? This is it. I know, like, the focus is kind of on him, and I know he's kind of. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's a starter. He's a big reason why the Celtics are here. But just looking at him being somebody who's kind of up there and everything. What do you personally think? D Dorks thinks that if they win, he might come back. He might come back either way, but I don't know. I honestly think he retires if they win this thing. What do you think about that?
I think, yeah, I think he would. I would think him retiring because what more do you have to do at that point? It's like, okay, do you want to push for a repeat, or
Mm-hmm.
are you content with the one title? I mean, that's the kind of guy, like, if the NBA Finals did what the Stanley Cup does, and you give the most tenured guy the cup, you give Al Horford the Larry O'Brien, the Bill Russell Larry O'Brien trophy,
Yeah.
and let him ride with it. I just think he's done a lot, and it would also erase the narrative of the Atlanta Hawk Al Horford, where, like, every time you associate Al Horford, you don't associate Celtic. It's usually Atlanta Hawk, and we all know what the Hawks didn't accomplish as much as they had a good run a few years ago.
Yeah, it's I remember that with the Hawks, and that was crazy. But it's this is without a doubt going to be a lot of fun to watch. I mean, as you said, like the other night, it's true. You didn't need to watch much more than just the first half, and you already knew this was going to go into what it was. But hopefully, we get some pushback from the Mavs, and we'll see. But I'm still, especially, I went into this thing saying, all right, I think the Celtics are going to win this thing. I mean, you don't even got to name the number of games, but now and once again, I hope Drewski ain't out there flipping me off or anything. My bad, Drewski. Our our host from the Hard Texas Sports here at iSports Radio on Wednesday nights. But I think the Celtics solidified for sure, for me at least, that they're gonna win this thing. That means the Lakers need to wake up and make it happen, because then we're gonna be down 2, and we can't have that. We got to catch back up. So anyway, with that said, man, yeah, crazy stuff there. That will do it for some NBA. Ricky, I'm sorry. This is painful. My apologies. But game 1 of the Stanley Cup Finals begins tonight, and the Rangers aren't in it. I'm sorry. Ricky, what the crap happened, man? I mean, I was watching it. They kind of just ran out of gas.
I think it's simple. I think Florida was the better team. I think you look at the Panthers; those two teams are 4 points separated in the standings, even though they're both in different divisions. And Florida was the more physical team. They were constantly pressuring the Rangers. I thought defensively they were terrible, regardless
Yeah.
of what pairings they were trying to use. Like, people look at the Kreiders, the Benajad, Panarin lack of offense. I look more for the defense constantly giving Florida open looks in front of Shesterkin, who doesn't deserve to lose like that. That's the one guy that was.
No.
Those were 4-1, 5-1 games if he wasn't playing. I think it's just, and you heard Chris Drury yesterday on his end of the year thing, said everything's on the table. Like,
Mhm.
there could be a shakeup with Kreider and Zibanejad and Panarin. They could look to add a heavier guy at the trade deadline, not trade deadline, the off season. Everything's in play. So I think it's just about the Rangers. Are they content with what they have, or are they going to look to make that peace with the limited cap space they have, plus
Yeah.
realizing they have to extend Shesterkin by the end of next year? So all in all, not a bad year. And I think Florida, look, their experience showed. There's a reason why they're now going to be in the Stanley Cup 2 years in a row. Paul Maurice has done a fantastic job, both on the ice and in the press conferences.
It was hard to see them lose like that. It
Mhm.
was, and you're absolutely right, man. You feel I don't know when they okay. So on the show over the last couple of weeks, trust me, I was never not. I wanted to see a good series. I never had a dog in the fight. But Ricky, the Panthers, man, you saw last year, man. Man, they got beat like they stole the whole store. All right, in that last game, was it Game 6 versus the Vegas Knights? Game 6, right? Last year. I mean, dude, they done rocked that. Yeah, that whole little track. We will. Yeah, that was for them. They got rocked. All right, because I know you heard. the drop for the neutral zone in here with Adam and Adam and Zach, where they're talking about bring your one timers and your ricket wristers and your this and your twisted transistors and your whatever else you all these crazy shots they're talking about. Yeah, that was the game where the the Vegas Golden Knights were shooting all those crazy shots. I mean, there's nothing they didn't make. All right, they blew them out of the building, and the Vegas Golden Knights absolutely embarrassed the Panthers. That's the I don't know if you've ever seen. I'm a big fan of those. Don't even show them anymore, but those Dick's Sporting Goods commercials where it's like the sport and like the narrator's talking over the sport, and then a big moment happens and then it goes dark. And this is every season starts at Dick's. Like, I don't know if you've ever seen those before. No, no. Okay. Well, I feel like, dude, like there was one where it's talking about like, what do you do after a loss? Like after you lose like the biggest game, like what do? Do you sit there and cry about it, or do you fill that pit in your stomach with fire and come back next season even stronger and whatever? I honestly feel like that's the Panthers right now. They're on the freaking warpath, dude. They're on the warpath. Like don't get me wrong, I like the Oilers. They're great. But dude, I don't see the Panthers losing this thing, man. Like they are starving. Like they're acting like they've never won a game ever. Like, I mean, seriously, these guys are playing lights out. It's hard to not. That's going to be my pick. Once again, I'm not hitting on the Oilers. I'm not. They have, McDavid. I mean, they have so many stars on that team. But, dude, if I got to pick somebody, if someone says, like, hey, you got to pick one, I'm going Panthers all the way. What do you think about this, man? Game 1 starts tonight.
I think when you look at Edmonton, the issue for them is going to be in net. Bobrovsky's better than Stuart Skinner. It's just the way it is. The fact that Edmonton's in the Cup final with Stuart Skinner at goaltender, but they've got nothing. I mean, they've got something to lose and nothing to lose at the same time. Remember, Edmonton made a coaching change early in the season.
Yeah.
To ironically the former Rangers AHL coach in Chris Knobloch. So some Rangers in the Stanley Cup final, it's just not the actual team.
I'm sorry.
But I think you look at the Oilers, they've got so much firepower. And I think it's different from the Rangers in that it's not McDavid, it's Draisaitl. It's not Draisaitl, it's Nugent Hopkins. It's not Nugent Hopkins, it's Hyman, who got drafted by Florida. There's, I think, more options. The key is going to be, can Florida stay out of the box? If Edmonton's on the power play, they're lethal. If Florida's on the power play, they're lethal. We saw that in the latter stage of the Rangers series. Reinhardt's the best power play guy in the league. I do think this series goes 7. I'm going to lean toward Edmonton though, just because we've seen Crosby get his, we've seen Ovechkin get his. I think it's time for McDavid to get his.
That is you know what? Let me. Where's my goddamn applause button? Where is that thing? Yep. You know what? That is a great point. I guess I'm leaning on the fact that the Panthers have. I'm telling you, the Panthers are coming back like they're coming back on a rebound, like Patrick Ewing coming down with the ball. I mean, these guys it's a fury, So let's see what they got. Let's see who goes who. This is going to be probably, oh my gosh. What is it about hockey, dude? Hockey just brings those series that make you want to watch. Like, dude, I find myself like, when I get up and go get to the kitchen to get a snack, dude, like I feel like I see myself walking backwards, like so I can stay on the TV. Like I don't want to miss anything, man. I mean, this is going to be a great series. I'm looking for just these games that are going to keep us on the edge of our seat. We might see a shootout in here. We might see, and it doesn't matter. The amount of games that is played. I think it's going to be an amazing series, and we're really looking forward. But yeah, man, McDavid, this guy, he's been around, man. It's true. He's another one of those quote unquote older guys. That's you're right, but a legendary player. That's this can totally be it for him. To win it now. Sticking around, of course. I think he's still got some years. What do you think? Yeah.
I think he does. I think another key in the series, Florida is the best third period team in the league. So if you're Edmonton, you basically have to be up after 2 periods or tied when this game's over. The Panthers just wear you down physically, as we saw with the Rangers. So I think it could be a 40-minute game in a sense. But Edmonton also knows how to score in bunches. I'm looking forward to seeing the big crowd in Canada I think it's been over 10 years since Canada's had a team in the cup.
Yeah,
Was the last one Vancouver in 11, or am I
I think that was the
thinking
Canucks in
something else?
11. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's going to be an electric scene in Edmonton. Just the fact that Canada has a team in the Cup final.
Isn't it something? Like, isn't it something to see this? And let's see it, man. Let's see if they pull this thing off. I mean, look, man. Once again, you know the Canadians. They love their hockey, man. I love that hockey. You know what? They're going wild right now. I'm really excited for the Oilers to get this chance. Like I said, I guess I don't know. I just have this feeling, but if the Oilers get it done, dude, well deserved. It is they fought just as hard as the Panthers have. I mean, you don't get here by luck. Okay. You got to fight like hell to get here. So this is going to be a special turnout, whatever it is, because I think two teams that are so well deserving. So we'll see. But all right, brother. Well, there we go, man. We're taking ourselves a short break. Oh man, we come back. We got plenty more coming on up here. We got into the NBA Finals. We got in the Stanley Cup. What's next? Well, that's for y'all to find out. You are listening to the defining moment right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. We'll be right back with plenty more after this.
IE Sports Radio fans, it's your boy, the SoCal Saint, the host of the premier professional wrestling podcast online today, the IE Elite Wrestling Show. If you're a fan and have a passion for the world of professional wrestling, this is the show for you. I take you inside the ropes with all the athleticism, high flying, and hard hitting action, and then we take it backstage with all the backstage drama and backstabbing that goes on in the world of professional wrestling today. If something's going on in the world of professional wrestling, rest assured, the SoCal Saint knows what's going on, and he's going to let you know too. If you're a fan, check us out every Tuesday, 12 p.m. Central Standard Time, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, only on IE Sports Radio. The IE Elite Wrestling Show, your direct feed for all that is professional wrestling, on the only network that is your direct feed for all that is sports. Check us out.
What's up, New York? This is Ricky K coming at you at the NY State of Sports, a new show here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Listen to me every Thursday afternoon as we bring you the latest takes on the Yankees, Mets, Jets, Giants, Knicks, Nets, Rangers, Devils, and Islanders. Plus, you get some college hoops and what's the local sports events going on in the area. It's a state that never sleeps, so why not get the opinions and sports takes that never sleep? Again, every Thursday, 2 p.m. to the NY State of Sports. We'll see you then.
And welcome back to the defining moment right here on IE Sports Radio. I am Larry B. He is Ricky Keeper. And that is his drop. All right. So we're grooving. We got the sax pumping. We're doing our thing. We're hanging out. We're enjoying it. Oh, you already know, man. It's a Saturday morning here on IE Sports Radio, which can only mean one thing, all right? I miss the defining moment time, baby. So we are rocking and rolling, enjoying ourselves. Ricky's hanging out. He's got to head to work in a little bit, but he's hanging out with us here. So grateful for that. Ricky, you know it sucks. You know it sucks, Ricky, when your baseball team sucks. It sucks. It sucks to suck. Thankfully, I have two, and so do you, which is really cool. But, I have two, realistically three, because, we cheer on all three SoCal teams. So, obviously, Angels, obviously, Dodgers, Padres, and we're Storm fans. That's their single A affiliate, and it's like right up the road, so we're always there. So, yeah, we got some love for the Padres. I don't know how. You can't ask me. because I don't have an answer for you. But I don't know how the Angels sweep the Padres this week. I was watching games like, wait, what? Wait, what? Like, it's just kind of one of those things where you don't expect for it to happen. But there is that old school. There is that old saying that light shines on a dog's. You know the story. So unfortunately, poor Angels, they're at that point, and it's just bad. Losing Otani, uh, that was hard. Mike Trout just can't stay healthy. It's rough, man. It's real rough. Okay, but I will say this. You, of course, we just took you guys on. Okay, you beat the Angels. How do you feel? Just kidding. But you guys, hey, Dodgers. Once again, my other team. This has been a really neat season so far. We're 2 months in now. We've entered June. We're in the summertime. Okay. The All-Star break is creeping over the horizon. We can see it over there, kind of. Ricky, your Yankees have the best freaking record in the MLB right now. The Mets are another story. But talk to us, man. How is it right now with the Yankees? You guys just can't seem to do anything wrong.
Well, they actually finally had their 8-game win streak snapped last night by the Dodgers,
Yeah.
and they really fun. If that's a playoff game, if that's the World Series, sign up for 7 of those because that was I know Juan Soto didn't play last night. And the Yankees fortunately got good news that it's just inflammation
Yeah.
for him. Because
Nice.
without him, I don't know if that team is what they are. But I'll take 7 of those 2-1, 11 inning kind of games, and I, I think with the Yankees, it's just the impact Soto has had. You look at how he's helped Aaron Judge and Anthony Volpe, and Verdugo's been an underrated acquisition both defensively in left field and his ability to hit cleanup. Their starting pitching without Garrett Cole has been crazy. Luis Seal has been dominant. He's probably going to maybe start the All-Star game. He's got a good shot to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Stroman's been pretty good. Rodon has been what they signed up for. Clay Holmes is one of the better closers in the game. I think if there's a weakness for the Yankees right now, it's finding a setup guy behind Clay Holmes, although Matt Blake can take any pitcher, find his best pitch, and turn him into something special. But also on the corners, and you kind of saw that last night. I don't know what's wrong with Anthony Rizzo. He's been terrible since July of last year when he had the concussion. Hasn't seemed to have recovered in terms of finding his offense again. There's still not a lack of trust in DJ LeMahieu. If he's going to stay healthy, and he just came back. So if the Yankees can get a corner infielder at the deadline, I think they would take it. Look, the fact of the matter is, and you mentioned it, baseball. I think the one problem right now with the sport, there's only like 10 to 12 teams with a winning record. I think you look at the National League, you already know 4 teams that are in right now. Phillies, Braves, Brewers probably, and Dodgers.
Yeah.
The other 2 are either the wild cards right now are 500 or below. That's bad for the sport that you can have potentially a final playoff team win 83 games. Like at some point you got to see these haves and have not separate themselves, and that it's going to lead, I think, to maybe some ramifications for the sport down the road if it doesn't fix itself. Because at least the Yankees, they have to play this well because the Orioles are chasing them. But at least when you look at the AL and you have it on the screen, your third wild card is what, Minnesota at 33 and 30, or like there's at least a 500 over 500 team.
Right.
But if you look at the National League, it's pretty bad.
Yeah, look, this is just bad baseball. I mean, look at this, dude. The Phillies are just on fire. Okay, the Phillies are chasing the Yankees right now. They are really having a solid season. Then the Braves, oh my gosh, Acuna, it's just been a rough year for these guys. And then you're right. Look at this, just downfall. And unfortunately, your Mets are in there too, but just waterfall. You know what I mean? It's just done. Milwaukee, same thing. Hey, look, it's a good team, and then we're not so good, which is crazy. And then this is just, obviously we see down here the Dodgers, looking solid, and then it's like, okay, it's the Dodgers and the other guys, and it's true, man. Look at this. It's just I don't know. This is you're right. It's kind of pitiful in the NL.
Yeah, like look at the wild card games behind the fact that you could be if we pull up the Nationals, we just got swept by the Mets, and they're 2.5 out of the playoff spot. I know that's what baseball kind of wants everybody to be in it, but is this really what we strive for? And I think the fun part's going to be what teams actually sell at the deadline and what teams buy. Like, you look at a team on that screen, the Pirates. Like, I want to see them go for it. I want to see them with Paul Skeens and Jared Jones and what they did to the Dodgers this week.
Mm-mm.
I want to see them take this and try to add to it and make a run at the playoffs. Don't just go, oh, we'll wait till next year. Oh, we're not that good. Our sabermetric numbers say we're not supposed to be this good. And all. Like, who cares? Like, make a move. You've got a farm system. Get it done. So that's an intriguing team to me. And in the AL, I'm kind of intrigued by Kansas City. Yankees go there coming up this week. They had a pretty good series out in Cleveland against the Guardians this past week. Bobby Witt's fun to watch. And Seth, we talk about at least heel surprise. Seth Lugo is like a 9-10 game winner. And he wasn't even a starting pitcher with the Mets a few years ago. They had to make him into a starting pitcher. So
That's crazy.
that should be fun to watch.
That's insane, man. You know, wow, we got to make you a starter. We have no one else who's gonna know. That's crazy, man. I'll tell you, this is but you're right. Look at the AL, man. I mean, it's true. There's this is some fluctuation going on here. This has been a crazy story down here in the AL West. Of course, I'm an AL West guy. My team's in the basement. I'm a Raider fan, so obviously I'm used to teams in the basement. But regardless, this is crazy. Even the defending world champions, man. Look at these guys. They're 3 games under 500 right now, and they're chasing the Mariners, who are actually having a pretty. I wouldn't call it great. It's definitely not great. It's been a pretty good year for them, but yeah, they've also had their ups and downs. I mean, they swept the Angels. Well, actually, no, the Angels took one of those games last weekend. But anyway, regardless, I mean, it's true. I mean, Chicago, man, we're 16 games. We're in June, Ricky, and they have 16 wins. I mean, it's like I said, man, it's true. There's some teams here that it's like, wow. But looking at the Royals, though, a team that's really come a long way. Last year, they were crap. So this year, seeing these guys make that jump up is nice. And then there was Boston. We had, once again, D-Dorks on the show last week. Dude, he even said it. He's like, that's the team that, like, basically everybody in the city's not paying attention to them right now. They're being ignored in Boston because they're not doing anything. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing happening right now over there for those guys. So I don't know. It's kind of funny, but yeah, man. So looking at this, I mean, right now, if you had to pick, we're looking at way too earlys here. If you had to pick, 2 teams per, if you got to pick the conference championships right now, who are you taking?
Who's going to the World Series? I would say,
yeah. Well, the conference championship.
Okay. So the American League. See, right now, the problem with the Yankees and Orioles, because that would be your pick, is they're probably if the second place team wins that wild card series, they're going to play each other in the ALDS.
Yeah,
and that to me are the 2 best teams in the American League. So I'll say the Yankees because I think they've got a better bullpen than Baltimore. They have to add a better closer at some point in the deadline, not Craig Kimbrell.
Yeah.
And then I'll go Cleveland. I like what Stephen Vogt's doing with the Guardians. They're pesky, and that's a team that, I think they're in a best of 5. The Yankees saw that 2 years ago, different manager, but Jimenez can hit, Kwan can hit, Ramirez is a solid player. They somehow find pitching out of nowhere. Clase is one of the better closers in the game. So I think they would give whoever wins the West or whoever gets out of those wild cards a tricky series. So I'll say Yankees, Cleveland. And the NL, I'll go Phillies because they always seem to own the Braves in the postseason. And Ranger Suarez, who pitches today in London against the Mets, he's the favorite for the Cy Young. I think he's been outstanding. And I'll go the Dodgers. I know the Dodgers, but here's the problem. Like, you can say, like, it's not even if LA is in the best of the 5, like, who out of those wild cards is scary right now? I guess San Diego, because in the division, and it's Darvish, Cease, and Musgrove, and I kind of looking at who has good rotations. But I think the Dodgers would have that better if Philly played Atlanta and kind of beat them up and go from there. So I'll say Yankees, Guardians in the AL, and Philly, Dodgers in the NL.
You know what? Those are 2 great picks. Those are 2 great picks. I just got to say right now, as a Dodger fan, dude, it's World Series or bust. I'm sorry. They threw the bank at these guys this year. Ohtani, Yamamoto. I mean, dude, you had the Dodgers over here looking in the couch for some quarters and emptying out their jars of quarters that they've been saving since they were 15. they broke out the money for those guys. All right, you had a lot of those price tags were hefty. I'm sorry, but the Dodgers have done way too much. And I'm sorry, World Series or bust. There's no way, especially just what they've done the last couple of years. This team has to get there, and they got to win too. I'm sorry, because they will get laughed at. I love them to death.
They got to find an outfield though.
They do.
Like, I think that's the problem. Like when you move Betts to shortstop, and Jason Hayward's struggling, James Outman's in AAA. Like they've got to find. Like, Teoscar Hernandez has been okay, but you even saw last night. Like when they don't get contributors from the top three, they're not scoring
at all. And it's irritating, dude. It's freaking irritating. Ohtani can't hit all the home runs, man. You know what I mean? Like, we need some of y'all, man. Teoscar Hernandez, you're right. He's been a little bit of a letdown this year. I know we got a long way to go, but it's true. Outman now, AAA. I mean, it's been a cluster. I mean, still, I mean, look, I mean, we're here. Let's take a look at go back to the NL. I mean, dude, we're here. It's not like we're near the bottom of the NL West or near the bottom of the MLB. Regardless, though, I mean, taking a look here, I mean, look at the wild card, though, dude. I mean, well, of course, the wild card, but you take a look at the teams who are in it. I mean, look, this is it. Look at the leaders right here. Okay, Phillies, Dodgers, Brewers, and then of course you have up here Yankees, Guardians, Mariners. I mean, you see, obviously they're a good team. They're obviously up there, but you're right. Those little issues can dig and dig and dig at you, and before you know it, they can dig you into an early exit in the playoffs, and the Dogs have seen that before. A couple things go wrong, and oh boy, here we go, avalanche. So yeah, man, I'm really hoping they can get it together. Look, man, as a Dodger fan, I just gosh damn it, I want to see these guys actually play well, man. It's been too long. The Angels, I was in the 8th grade when the Angels won their one and only World Series. Everyone's over here doing this in the stands and everything. I mean, it was awesome. I wasn't there, but the Dodgers, I mean, my goodness, never been alive for one, except for the COVID one, I guess you want to call it, whatever. But regardless, though, dude, it's just crazy to think, I mean, I don't know. Once again, looking at the entire NL, though, I mean, we see here all the, the little cutoff here. Did any of these teams look intimidating to you at all?
Out of the ones that are currently in position, I would probably say the Cubs, because I think if they add some help with the bullpen, they've got some decent arms in that rotation. They've got Bellinger and Swanson. They've got guys that can hit. So I don't know if they scare you, but I think out of that group, I think, though, to me, the intriguing team, like I said, with Pittsburgh. And the Diamondbacks situation is interesting. They're one game out right now for a wild card spot. They have an interesting decision to make with Jordan Montgomery. If Montgomery pitches too much, and we're clearly seeing with how bad him and Snell have been, maybe you should sign contracts before spring training.
Yeah.
Maybe it actually would be better. Arizona has to make a decision where if Montgomery pitches too many innings, his option vests for next year. So they have to make a tough do. They DFA him and eat that $16 million, knowing somebody's going to sign him, or do you have the option vest and pick him up for $20-25 million next year?
Mm-hmm.
I'm interested to see what Arizona does and what kind of approach they take. This is a team that made it to the World Series a year ago. They have the talent. It hasn't meshed the way they wanted to so far.
Yeah, at all, man. So I'll tell you. Anyway, so I know we're getting close to the time here, man. I don't want to keep you forever. I know you got to head to work in a little bit, but I will say this, dude. This has been fun. Definitely enjoyed it. We got one more thing to cover with you before we're out of here, of course, because let me go ahead and switch on over here. But dude, now that we've talked about the MLB, of course, the Women's Softball League is going to be getting the start right now, so we're going to talk about that. But the WNBA, we got the NBA already. We'll end here with a little quick WNBA for the day. But dude, you talked about it yesterday. Thursday, when you did the New York State of Sports. And yeah, dude, I mean, taking a look here, current overall standings. Dude, Connecticut is just on one, man. The 9-0, undefeated, looking strong, looking good. However, you see the Liberty right behind them. I mean, I remember Sabrina Ionesco. I mean, I remember seeing her a couple years ago. Oregon, they look good. They look good. They look good. Well, I wonder why. Because of her. She's gotten there. She was like the Caitlin Clark of her time a couple of years ago, right? I mean, it's safe to say, right? She, let me switch this up too. She was, the Caitlin Clark, if you will, and very celebrated and decorated and everything. And guess what? Now, I mean, hey, she's had a little bit of time in the league, a couple of years, and look what they're doing, man. They're getting it. So currently 9-2 on the year. My team is an absolute joke right now, 3-7. My LA Sparks. They look like the Lakers right now, which is really sad because it's unfortunate, but so you have these teams here. The Mystics haven't won anything, obviously. 0-11 on the year. That's a tough one. Caitlin Clark's team, the Indiana Fever, they're 3-9. Don't talk crap, y'all. Okay, you're not the one out there playing. They're right there in Sparks land, and this just hasn't been the best year for them. Regardless, though, you take a look up here at these better teams, and yeah, man, Connecticut's rocking and rolling. What are you seeing so far this year in the WNBA?
Well, I think, like you mentioned, today's matchup, 1 o'clock Eastern on ABC, Connecticut and New York is going to be a lot of fun. A rematch of the semifinals last year. Connecticut can defend, but you also saw the Liberty defend very well. They played in Atlanta on Thursday. Kind of could be a trap game. And while their offense, they had 4 players in double figures, but their defense stood out. They held Atlanta to 61 points. So this is a team that does have its lapses in quarters, and they're trying to fix that. They don't have Courtney Vandersloot today. They don't really have a bench right now. Naira Sabli's out with a back, but they got Thornton and Friedrich, and they're getting different players, trying to find their roles a little bit with this group. But their starting 5 is the best in the league. But Connecticut's got one of the better defensive teams in the league. So that's going to make for a fun rock fight and what happens there. And the intriguing thing I learned the other day was that the Liberty can actually swap picks with the Mercury next year. So if the Mercury get in the lottery and happen to get number 1, and I was kind of thinking about, like, what if the Liberty got Paige Beckers and you had Inescu, Beckers, Stewart, and you would really form the ultimate dream team.
That'd be cool.
New York did lose to Minnesota this year. Minnesota's, I think, interesting team. You can't count out Vegas. New York played Seattle earlier this year and beat them. I think Connecticut's been fun, and I think just it's a different group, and I love their defense. So I think you clearly see maybe the haves and have-nots. I mean, but it also has helped New York. They played Indiana and Washington after tomorrow 6 times. Like, they played the Fever 3 times already, and Sunday will be the 3rd time they play the Mystics, which is weird. But they also
Crazy,
get
right?
Vegas next week.
Another one, defending champions. They're have a little bit of. It's not. Once again, though, we're 9, 10, 11 games in. So I mean, we're still getting
Part of the way through. Maybe
yeah,
40 games. So yeah.
Crazy, right? To think quarter of the way. I mean, it's crazy to think shorter season, but I'll tell you, man, this is definitely fun to watch. That's really cool. I did not know about the trades. That's pretty cool. But yeah, man. Really, at the moment, I mean, I'm just enjoying it, enjoying the ride. We've seen some solid basketball from these for sure from these top 4 teams. Connecticut, I mean, who's gonna be the first to knock them off? You guys, man. I mean, let's see what the Liberty can get done, man. They're such a strong team. I love your contribution to how they're talking about the dream team. Because you're right, it could totally happen. This Liberty team they're due, man. I mean, New York needs to bring something to make everybody smile coming up. I mean, really thinking about it, it's been a wild ride for them the last couple of years, but it's true. Now I think they have a good team in place where they can make a solid run. So anyway, brother, so like I said, I know we're getting close here. The time is actually here. So with that said, brother, it has been fun, man. You've been great. Definitely appreciate you for being here today, man, and stopping on by. You spent like basically the hour with me, so really, really appreciate that. And thank you so much for being here today, man. But with that said, thank you so much again. And where can all these diehards find you?
So you can find me on X at Rickinator555. It's at RICK, letter I, Nader like a Terminator, and 3 5s. Follow the show at NY State Sports IE. You also email me if you'd like, rickjq@gmail.com. Happy to hear from you. You get in, as you saw in the drop, every Thursday, 2 p.m. Eastern, New York State of Sports, here on the StreamYard. So that's going to be a lot of fun. We'll talk Liberty Aces next week, Yankees, Dodgers, Mets recap from London. There's so much going on, and 2 MLS teams in the top 4. So that's going to be a pretty good summer, I think, for some of the smaller sports in the area as we get set for Giants and Jets training camp next month.
That's for dang sure, man. Follow this guy right here, man. He's the truth. Great dude, man. Great to have you aboard. Thanks again, Ricky, for being here today, man. You like I said, you spent basically the entire hour with me, man. So thank you so much for that. Have a great day at work. We appreciate you so very much. Look to have you back on the show very soon, man. Have a great day. Take care, man. We'll see you.
Thanks, Larry. See you soon.
Take care, brother. All right, guys. Well, that's it. We're taking another quick break. When we come back, we're going to rapid fire through the end of our show. Blue's over here, as you can see. She's jumping on camera. Our gorgeous little Persian cat. So with that said, you guys, that is that. Take ourselves a quick break. When we come back, let's wrap this show up and get ready for tomorrow's show again at 8 a.m. You were listening to The Defining Moment right here on iSports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
It's IE Sports Radio. It is your direct feed for all that is sports. It is Philly Sports Talk with Cash and Chris every Tuesday night right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Philly Sports Talk with Cash and Chris is the most comprehensive view on Philadelphia sports exclusively right here on IE Sports Radio. You know what it is, your direct feed for all that is sports. Tuesday night, IE Sports Radio, Philly Sports Talk with Cash and Chris.
What's up, Pittsburgh? This is Ralph Calise, the host of the Injury Report on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Are you that passionate diehard Steelers, Penguins, Pirates, or just a Pittsburgh sports fan? Then please join me on the Injury Report every Tuesday on IE Sports Radio, the direct feed for all that is sports, and I will update you on all that's black and gold. Have you telling your Pittsburgh fans and friends what's up with Pittsburgh sports. Tune in Tuesday with me, Ralph Calise, the Injury Report on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Let's go!
I'm just rocking out, guys. Don't mind me. I'm just getting it right now. Oh, that riff, that. Oh, that little riff is so cool, man. With that said, welcome back. Once again, you're listening to The Defining Moment right here at IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Guys, we appreciate you so much for being here. Once again, we thank you. I know we're coming up on the hour, so getting out here pretty soon. But gonna just kind of wrap it up, put a nice little bow on it. Like I said, guys, we're here twice a weekend, okay? 8 to a little bit over 9, usually Pacific Standard Time, Saturday and Sunday. So tomorrow we'll be back, probably have more guests, lots more stuff. So yeah, we try to cover the entire sports weekend in one weekend. It's not the easiest thing to do, but so real quick, just reminding you to Copa America, man, that is coming on up. Hopefully you guys are excited for that because Copa America is fun. I love it. Man, remember a couple years back, Chile won twice back to back. I mean, that was pretty cool. I mean, so we're looking forward to that, guys. That's coming on up here in the coming weeks. Of course, well, the UEFA League, that will be starting. UEFA Champion or the UEFA European Championship will be starting up on, I believe, the 13th, guys, or no, the 14th. So that's coming up. That's actually coming up here next Friday, which is pretty crazy, right? So that's coming on up. Then the Copa America, and it's cool because the games are going to be at the craziest times. So we're looking at like a game every 2 hours, from the morning to the afternoon, and at least if you're on the West Coast. And then it gets even crazier when the Copa America starts, which is, I believe, that next Friday, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's somewhere right around there. Yes. So then that thing starts on the 21st. And then we just get games all day. It's crazy. Like we get the early games, 6 a.m. And then we finish off at like 8 a.m. with the Copa America games. We get like 6 games a day. It's freaking sweet, right? So hopefully you guys are enjoying that, man. UEFA and Copa America. Well, hopefully you enjoy it this year. We're going to be covering the crap out of it. We're going to get some diehard soccer fans on here as well. It's going to be great, as always. Looking forward to seeing who does what in those tournaments this year. Okay, so with that said, I can't go any further, guys. Can't without showing love, man, to Oklahoma. These ladies have done it, the first ever, and I'm gonna put it just like the play, Oklahoma, because they did it. I can't even talk, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations to the Oklahoma Sooners. A team has never completed the 4-peat ever, and they get it done today, or they get it done on Thursday night, defeating Texas 8-3, I think, in that final. Regardless, 8-4 or something. No matter what, they got it done. Congratulations, man. Oklahoma gets it done. They will win 4 in a row. Never been done. That is their 8th title, I think, in franchise history. It has seriously been a wild ride for this team. These ladies have proven themselves time and time again. Yes, 5-3. That was their 8th national championship in program history. Incredible stuff there by those lady Sooners. And well, you can only look to their coach. She's been amazing. You can only look to this team. They've been incredible over the years. And yeah, can they do a 5-peat? I know we're looking too far ahead there, but we'll just see. All right. They've done amazing this year. They've been amazing over the years, and congratulations to the Oklahoma Sooners. All right. So kind of rapid fire now at the moment. We're just going to run into some things here. The UFL. Hey, UFL coming up this weekend. We have reached it's the small league. So conference championships is their first time through a full season. And in the USFL championship, that's coming up later on today, the Michigan Panthers taking on the Birmingham Stallions. Panthers come in at 7-3. The Stallions come in at 9-1. Let's see who gets it done today. Once again, that's at 12 p.m. Pacific time, 3 p.m. Eastern. And then tomorrow, we have the XFL championship, or the conference championship, as the San Antonio Brahmas take on the St. Louis Battlehawks. Both teams are at 7-3. That game is at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. So we'll see. We'll talk about that a little bit more tomorrow. We'll talk about game 1 tomorrow, or the USFL championship. And then tomorrow we'll get ready and set for the XFL championship and see, let's see who heads up to the first UFL championship. All right. So we got that. Also, guys, go ahead. I know we're just kind of going everywhere right now, but in the NWSL, man, Orlando just keeps on doing their thing. They played 12 games, 8-4-0. They haven't lost any games this year. Orlando is coming strong. Also, Kansas City current 7-4-0 as well. 2 teams that have no losses on their records right now. Certainly 2 strong teams there. And of course, today, looking forward to it, 2 teams that are well, I guess I can't really say too much about either one of them because they're not the best. So I will leave that out. But tomorrow, Kansas and Seattle, I do believe, will probably be a pretty solid game for the NWSL. So a little bit of NWSL there. Moving forward, we got to get into the Men's College World Series, guys. This has been a lot of fun. And it's not really the Men's College World Series. It's the Super Regionals. Okay, so yesterday we started off with the Super Regionals themselves, and I'll tell you, I don't think we've seen any surprises except for one game that was an absolute beatdown. Florida State, man, I didn't put it up here. This is the rapid fire segment, so I don't really put stuff up here. But my gosh, man, how about this yesterday? Beatdown across the board for Florida State. They knock around UConn 24-4. Baseball game, guys. Crazy, right? But Florida State doing their thing, getting game 1 of that Super Regional. Tennessee defeating Evansville 11-6, North Carolina defeating West Virginia 8-6, and Virginia defeating Kansas State 7-4. Those game 2s are being played today, and then of course you have game 1s, like one already underway. NC State and Georgia, Oregon and Texas A&M, Florida and Clemson. That should be a really good one. Oregon State and Kentucky, and North Carolina, West Virginia. So next week we're going to talk about those teams that are going to be in, because the College World Series will actually begin next week. So Super Regional action coming at us fast here. We'll go all the way to Sunday and see what is up. So a little bit of news there. Okay, so let's go ahead and head on over really quick to, whoops, did I mess that up? Look at that. Head on over. Formula One is on the way to Canada. Look, Formula One has been better than it's been all in the last couple of years. I'm just saying, seeing drivers win who we usually haven't seen, it's pretty cool. I'm really happy for that. Let's see, man. Verstappen, can he do it again? I think he won this there last year, if I'm not mistaken. Did he? Did he not? But yes, he did win this thing last year. Obviously, right? What did he not win last year? And the year before that. So will the Red Bulls take a dip? Will Ferrari jump up? I mean, we'll see. But coming up this week, the Canadian Grand Prix. Certainly looking forward to that. Road America also this week. Alex Palou won this thing last year in IndyCar. So for those IndyCar fans out there, definitely looking forward to this race coming on up. That will be this weekend. It's on Sunday. Road America, man. Gotta love it. Gotta love Milwaukee. Great place, man. Gotta love Wisconsin. And certainly looking forward to a good race there. That's what I love about IndyCar. IndyCar and NASCAR, it's so hard to predict a winner. Formula One, well, this year it's been a little hard, but usually you know who's winning. So kind of cool when you can see that fluctuation. Okay. So other than that, we do have this week as well, NASCAR. Let me get this up for you on the screen. My apologies. So NASCAR is heading on over to Sonoma. Cool place up north. Okay, good old Sonoma, formerly known as Sears Point and Finion. They've had 1,000 names for it, but road course action this year. Last year, Martin Truex Jr. won it all. Who will win it this year? That is set for action coming up on Sunday. So certainly looking forward to that one. And of course, the NHRA, man. I don't know, for all of you hot rod fans out there, I am a diehard NHRA fan. I would say that the NHRA is basically the American football of auto sports, as the other ones are more of like cross country, because there's a lot. This is just torque and power and a few seconds like a football play. Football is like what, 4 seconds, 3 seconds, per play. So, not very much, but it's a lot of power and torque all in one and speed. So, but yeah, NHRA makes its way to Virginia for the Virginia Nationals this week. So looking forward to that. Actually, no, they don't. I'm sorry. I thought it was Virginia. They do not. They are off to Bristol. My apologies. That's next week. Bristol, the Thunder Valley Nationals, then to the Virginia Nationals. So they're making their way back west. But looking forward to that. Super excited as always. I'm a big race fan. So yeah. So all right, guys. Well, there we go. Quick little rundown there at the end. Really not much to talk about in the MLS. It's the fact that Miami is dominating right now. Messi, of course, right? They look good, 10-5-3. Then you have Cincinnati right behind them at 10-3-3. Just amazing. NYCFC, as you just heard right now, Ricky, 2 New York teams in the top 5. NYCFC 9-2-5, and the Red Bulls are 8-5-3. Also in the West, how about this, man? Real Salt Lake looking pretty good here, 9-6-2 atop. My Galaxy tumbled from 2 to 4, which is kind of annoying, but we'll see those fools on the 4th of July. Anyway, LACFC looking good, 9-3-4 at the top, at second place right now. Minnesota at 8-4-3, and the Galaxy, of course, 7-7-3. And rounding out the top 5, we have Vancouver at 7-4-5. So a little bit of action there in the MLS. And well, I think that's really much all we have for you guys today. I know kind of a lot crammed in a little bit, but definitely, man, big ups and thank you to my awesome. Certainly excited for all these great things coming for us here in the sports world. You guys, it has been so much fun. Appreciate you so much for being here today. Make sure you guys enjoy some delicious Planet Jerky, because it is freaking delicious. It is awesome. Okay? All right, Instagram, of course, at Planet Jerky. Let them know Larry B sent you. Let them know IE Sports Radio sent you. Let's see if they, let's see here. They can throw in a little something extra for you. All right. PlanetJerky.net. Definitely go check them out. Also, Seal the Deal Wax Seals, my beautiful wax company. Go check her out right now. Seal the Deal on Facebook. Instagram, of course, Seal the Deal _Wax Seals. And place your orders at IESportsRadio /Seal the Deal Wax Seals. iEsports Radio is the place you want to be, guys. iEsportsRadio.com. Head over there. You got freaking everything. The schedule. You got all these pages dedicated to all of our shows. Learn a little bit more about our podcasters. Learn a little bit more about us. Jump on in there. Get subscribed to our newsletter that we send out weekly. Jump on in and become part of our forums. Become part of our blog. Talk about, Mike Pat doing an amazing job with the blogs there. Just awesome stuff. Grab you some merch, baby. iEsports Radio gear. iEsportsRadio.com /shop. Of course, you can follow me about there at the end of PhD_W53. Appreciate you guys for listening on there today. I know the show was on there, so we're all over the place today. So appreciate you guys. Follow iEsports Radio on X, Facebook, and TikTok at iEsports Radio, of course. And just in case you didn't know, maybe you're new to us, well, you've been under a rock. I'm just kidding. Check us out, man. We're freaking everywhere. All over the place. Apple Podcasts, Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music /Audible, Castbox, Deezer, Podcast Addict, Podchaser, Rio Savings. Still don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but we are all over the place, guys. Big ups and thank you once again to everyone showing us love on those platforms and just for today again. Thank you guys so much for being a part of us, for enjoying all of your awesome sports with us, right? Because that's what we do. As it goes, guys, iSports Radio is for the fans, by the fans, and that's what we do, guys. So lots and lots and lots of thank yous going your way. Appreciate you so very much, and it has certainly been an amazing morning. It's always great waking up with sports, right? So enjoy some sports today, guys. Go enjoy some, have fun, enjoy your weekend. Summer break for me, finally out of work until August. Very, very happy for that. Trust me. As you heard last night, my beautiful wife and I on our show, for Sports Club Perspective, of course, make sure to give us a follow. We're all over the place as well. Gotta check that out at TSCP_IESR on Instagram. Also on X and on Facebook at the Sports Club Perspectives. Up there. But yeah, you can hear my wife's voice. She was very happy about being out of work, of course, for the summer as well. So, hey, what can I say, man? Teacher life, So we appreciate you guys so much. And just thanks again, once again, for being a part of this and showing us love. You guys are amazing. And you guys are what make iSports Radio happen. As I always say, man, big ups. All glory to God. Without him, nothing is possible. And of course, very much, and keep us pushing, guys. All right, well, there you guys have it. Who's gonna win the finals this year? I don't know. I'm still taking the Celtics, but we'll see. So was Ricky, apparently. Also, who is taking the Stanley Cup Finals? I'm going Panthers. Ricky's taking the Oilers. We'll see. So, with that said, guys, I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Your boy Larry B signing off. I'll see y'all then. Take care, and as always, God bless.